Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in Castle Flipper and we're going to have another go at the house for the Royal Landlord. In the last episode we tried to build the house and it just wouldn't acknowledge that the house was completed. So off camera I've had a rebuild of it. I've deleted the bit where there was a little gap between the wall segments and rebuilt the whole of that. I've rebuilt over half of the roof and it still won't acknowledge that it's completed as a house. So I think something to do with the balconies is throwing off its algorithm for seeing that a house is actually completely finished building. So I think what we'll do is we'll build a new house for the landlord and we'll keep the one that we've built that won't let us rent it out as like a guest cottage or something for the town. Because I really like the way the house looks and I really don't want to just delete the entire thing and start from scratch, so we'll just keep it there as a pretty building. Right, so that's all the work done outside. The horse and cart isn't back yet, so we'll need to send the stock away later once the horse and cart get back. So let's go take a look at the house we built in the last episode. So we're going to put the castle kind of here, so I was thinking if we can't rent this house, maybe we keep it as the guest cottage for people who come to visit the crown. So like for ambassadors and high-ranking officials and nobles who come to visit, so we'll keep this house as a nice pretty place for them to stay in a guest cottage. But you see we've closed the gaps in the walls and see where the roof sometimes looks a little bit uneven. I took all of that down and rebuilt it, but it still won't acknowledge it as a completed house, but it's really pretty. I love what you can do with the balconies and things, and I'm not quite sure why it won't register it as a house that we can rent out. But I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I really do like the build system, but there is something slightly finicky about the way it acknowledges whether a house is completed or not. So if you look inside, look, I can't see any gaps. See, that's where the gap originally was between the panels and the walls. So I took all of this last section down and rebuilt it. There are no gaps anymore. And I redid most of the roof because I was worried that maybe something wasn't lined up properly, but it just won't acknowledge. So let's try putting the board up again, just so I can show you that it still just doesn't acknowledge. Look, so there we've got our Royal Landlord. Look, it's saying we've got 39 pieces of house area, but it just won't accept it as completed. So we've met all the requirements, we're well over the budget, I've closed every gap I can see and it still won't let us rent it. So it's a lovely house, it looks gorgeous, so we're going to keep it as the guest cottage then for any visiting nobles or attaches or anybody high ranking that just comes to visit the kingdom, and we'll let them stay in the house here, and you'll be able to see the castle from this house, so it'll be a nice convenient place for guests to stay. So let's just have a quick walk around the house. As you can see, I moved things away and put them back. We've got a little bit of a kitchen area, nice seating area, lovely table and chairs, suit of armour, plenty of storage space for shelves for people to put things when they come to visit. Upstairs we've got access to 2 different bedrooms, a little bit of decoration here in this stairwell. First bedroom is here, nice big fancy bed, place to sit, a little bit of storage, decorations, more storage. And then we've got a bathroom which is linked to both of the bedrooms in this corner. Got a lovely sink unit. Close that door. And the access then into the second bedroom. So the only access to the bathroom is through both of the bedrooms, you see, and then that leads us back to the top of the stairs. So we've got the canopy bed here, look. In fact, that's a little bit far away from the wall. Let's just reposition that. Much better. Still a little gap actually. It's fine, it's close enough I think now. I think the canopy does sit it a little bit proud of the wall. So we've got all the storage again like we did in the first bedroom, and then both bedrooms have access to the balcony that wraps around at the side here. Got some pretty flowers you can see out over the town from this side, look. I think we need to probably build a few more rental houses in that section over there. So we've got seating that looks in this direction, and then we'll be able to see the castle's going to go in that direction, so we'll be able to see the castle from here. So I think it's a good location probably for a guest house for visitors. There we go. So what we're going to do then now after this is all nicely completed, is we're going to probably opposite here in the next sectional plot, we'll probably build a nice house for the landlord. I think I would like to make a very, very tiny balcony, maybe just one little corner. Definitely not space here. I think we could maybe make a little bit of a general use area. Maybe we could put some wells for access for water for people living in town, especially the ones in the smaller houses just off to our right here, because they wouldn't have had running water and plumbing in most of the houses, so we need some water. So we'll have some public wells here. Maybe we can put 2, and then maybe a little bit of a gardeny area between them, just to prettify the town a little bit. I think that could be quite good. We can use that really large bush that won't fit in the garden plot, so you can put a couple of those down, so we've got lots of foliage. Maybe we can fit in a big tree as well. Don't think we want to use the planters, do we? Maybe a couple of ferns, because we're near water sources, so ferns would be able to grow quite well, wouldn't it? And a little bit more foliage. Just make it gardeny, just so that there's some greenery for people to look at. Stop for a moment, smell the flowers, look at the greenery, touch a tree, that sort of thing. Now, can we fit in a nice big tree? We don't very often get to use these big trees because we don't want to waste the space, do we? But yeah, that's nice. We can have one big tree there for a little bit of shade. It's shading our garden. Our sun's in a slightly different angle, isn't it? So that's where we paused the daytime, didn't we? And maybe we put that the landlord's house, the new Royal Landlord's house over here. So the house area needs to be at least 15. So yeah, let's try and pop it here, shall we? Let's raise the base just a tiny bit. And we need to make sure that we leave enough space for the stairs in front of the house. So if we can clip there. So I think I would still like it to be a 2-storey house, so maybe we make it 2 by 4. Two by 4? Where's the path going to go? There, maybe. Yeah. So 2. If we make the 2 by 4, or do we make it 2 by 3? No, 3 by 4. See, trying to decide how big to make the house. See. If we make it one further forward, it's probably going to be a little bit too close to the path for the stairs to fit, isn't it? So if we put... How much space is there? Would there be enough space to put another row in? I don't think there would. So if we put stairs here, and then shall we put stairs on both sides here, and then we'll make that like a little open patio area to enter the house. I think we might want to go back a little bit further. Yeah, one more row. So we'll make it 3 by 4. And if we make that 2-storey. Yeah. So our front door then will be here because we want that square to be outside as an entry. And then we can maybe make a balcony the same size up above. So we've got a little bit of a balcony into the house, but we're not making it too complicated, so hopefully this will work. And then I'll make a back door with the stairs there again, right opposite the entrance. Right, so we want a full wall here to block this off. And then we'll put in some windows to make sure we've got lots of light coming in. And then we will fill in the space. No, not with a roof, with the full wall. And fill up all the gaps. Right, have we got? No, a bit more there. Is that all of them? Right, and then above, we'll try and put the full walls in the same place for the upper story. No, not that one, that's right. And then above the door, yeah. They're both windows, so above the door there. We will need a door to access the upper balcony as well. We need to remember to put that in, and then we'll put windows above where we had windows again, going around. So this should make our house more than big enough for the requirements for the Royal Landlord. But we're still going to add a little tiny balcony there, so there's access onto the balcony. So the stairs are going to go there in that corner near the front door, I think. So let's use the plaster, because we used the fancy plaster on the last house, so we'll use a plaster so there's a little bit of contrast between the two houses. So we'll go around, I think we should have plenty of materials to build everything. The only thing we might run out of is going to be money, I think, because we're building quite a big house, so it's going to cost us quite a lot, I think. Now, what shall we do with the floor? We tried just a plain rocky wood. No, we don't want that. Smooth rock? I think that's the nice grey stone flooring, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's quite nice. And then outside bit, don't forget the outside bit, Kitty. And then we're going to want to try and add the upper floor. Oh, that doesn't want to add. Oh, is that because we haven't got a support pillar? We're going to need a support pillar in the corner for that, aren't we, probably? So let's try it inside. So I think if we put a piece of floor in there, then the stairs can come in front of that, can't they? And we can have one of those curved staircases so that we've got space for it. Yeah, and then... Oh no, come on, fit. It did rotate so it fit then. Did you see it go blue? Yeah, beautiful. That's actually worked this time. We had a little bit of trouble with the floor last time, didn't we, with corners not working so well. Yeah, I think probably to do with there not being a support. At least I hope that's what it is. Unless it's something to do with where the walls are sat. Let's get our support pole. We used the circular ones on the last one, so maybe we'll use the square one this time. Right in the corner, because we're only going to be using that one in the corner, so I think the square one would look really nice there. No, well, that still won't fit. Why will the floor not fit? So there are some slightly confusing things about the building system as to why suddenly it won't let you do something, when I know I've done it before. Maybe it's got something to do with the doorway being there. Now can I put the floor in? No. See, it'll let me put the floor in on the outside front of the building, but it doesn't want me to put it there. Why? Oh, wait, I've got it. So we just had to rotate it again. It's really weird that in one direction it won't let you, but then if you rotate it, suddenly it is. Very odd. So be a bit persistent, because sometimes it suddenly works after you thought it wasn't going to work. So in general, the building system is really good, and in most ways it's pretty intuitive and it works pretty well. But then occasionally you have a little problem like that and you think, oh no, what's going on? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. Alright, so we're using the crisscross hatch doors and windows with the little silver crisscross of metal on them. And then if we flip a few open, that just adds a little bit more light in as well to make it easier to see what we're doing. I kind of like the effect of the shadows look on the walls. That's really quite nice. Lovely. I think this house has come together quite well actually already. Yay, we're going to get a landlord in, I hope now. Fingers crossed. Can I reach that one? Yeah. So, should we use the stone again for upstairs? Or should we go for a wooden flooring? Should we try popping a chandelier in this time? Sort of, where's the centre? I think this is sort of the centre here on the crossbeam, isn't it? So if we pop that there, how much light does... Ooh, that adds quite a lot of light. Oh, so in these bigger houses it's probably better to use those central chandeliers as well. We'll still put the candlesticks around the wall, just so everything's lit up well, because I really like those. I just think it looks perfect for the period of time that we're kind of mimicking building for, isn't it? There we go. Let's light those up a bit. Not even sure I put them on all the walls now. We'll double check in just a sec. Let's like what we've already got. Yeah, I did. I missed this end wall. Right, so just a couple more of those then, and then we'll look at the upstairs. Yeah, coming along, coming along. So we want stairs. Like I said, one of the sort of curvy staircases, so ones that curve in this direction. Look, so if we can, rotate, there. That's what I was thinking of, but now I'm concerned that it might be a bit close to the door. Let's try that. How bad is that? Oh, it's not too bad actually. It's just slightly encroaches on the door, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think that will work quite well. And we can maybe make this corner of the kitchen downstairs and then access to the balcony upstairs. So, stone or wood, what shall we do? If we use the old wood, that's the dark wood, isn't it, that looks like brand new wood, so we'll use that, I think. And the balcony bit, don't forget that, we'll need to put in a wall with a door over there as well. And then some railings and another support beam. So we used plaster for the wall. Then we're going to want balcony railings and a square support. So that the support matches the... Oh, wait. No, put the railing down. Oh, okay, hang on. So I have to put the railings down before I put the support down, because if you put the support down first, then it won't let you put the railings. But if you put the railings first and then put the support, it works. See? Now, why does it work one way and not the other? Weird, huh? I really like that railing. I think it looks very nice. Right, so make sure we've got the same door. So that's all the doors and windows done then, isn't it? Beautiful. Right. So we've got a tiny little balcony out here. So that will then test if little balconies work okay for the registering of the house for renting it out. We're just testing out maybe why the last house didn't quite work out. Right, so we want lighting and ceilings. So for roofs, I tend to use the same ones. You see, I like the big V-shaped roof, but when I try to use it, I always tend to find that I can't quite get the spacings right. You've got to be very careful about what size of house you build, I think, to make that work properly. I wonder if we could make it work for this, because it'd be kind of nice to use something a little bit different, wouldn't it? Let's think, how many, because it's like you need two sections to make one of the V shapes, and then you need a kind of a gap with something else in it to make it work properly. So let's have a try, shall we, and see what it looks like. So you have to have the V in the corner, look. So you've got the slope up there, so that now we want the slope down along this front. And then we've got two more sections. We can't make a slope up and a slope down again, can we, to make it fit? So we'd have to have it in this orientation, so there's not a gap in that centre there. But then we're going to end up with the high section in the wrong place at the end here, aren't we? So if I put that down, I think the orientation is then going to be wrong for this balcony corner. Oops, can we get... yeah, it's got to go that way to work, hasn't it? But then, yeah, see, we've got the wrong section at the end, so that isn't going to work. You know, I think with this style of ceiling you could probably make some pretty ceilings if you can figure out the orientations properly. But that is definitely wrong in this corner. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to make that one work properly. And I think maybe the bigger the house, the more difficult it becomes to figure out that ceiling. So I think what we'll do is we'll go to the standard V-shaped ceiling again. We'll go all the way along the front there. No, that's the wrong place. Turn around, please. Yeah, that's right. And then we'll put in a slightly higher section in the middle. Oh no, I fell down the stairs. That wasn't the way. Alright, so we'll put this section across here, like that. Then we'll need a wall section in this end wall and that end wall. And then we can put the V up, V down. The smaller flat section there, look, across the top. And we're using plaster, so let's make sure we fill in all of these sections with that. Like so, and now we have our house. Ta-da! Right. I think we probably only make one bedroom and maybe a small bathroom upstairs. And can I put the sign there? Actually, shall we try and put the sign for renting by the back door, because then that's not actually on a balcony, because that could be a potential problem as well. If we put it inside the house on the balcony, that could confuse it a bit as well. This is a straight access into the garden, so that's easier maybe. Right, let's have a look. So we've definitely got more than 15. So we want 6 pieces of garden. 1 bed. Right, yeah, so one bedroom is enough. So 6 pieces of garden. Right, where should we do garden? Should we do garden? Should we do 2 here? And then along the back that's 3, 4, 5. Six, 7. And then the corner sections I might make like a little bit decorative. Didn't ask for any plants, did he? No, he didn't. Yeah, so that did register all of the garden plots, yeah. He didn't ask for any plants, but I do think it looks very bare if you don't put any plants in. So I think we will add a few bits. Ooh, shall we add a little well as well? So that it's got its private access to water. Maybe some sort of garden furniture thing. No, the fountain is much too big, isn't it? Maybe just a bench and a well on that end. I think that's very practical, isn't it? And then some plants here. Maybe we could fit a small tree in. And then a little tree. And then a couple of ferns maybe. And a couple of flowery plants maybe. A bit of foliage. Just don't like it being completely bare, you see, it just looks a little odd to me. I suppose you could have left the plots empty for the tenants to do what they want with them, but I like my city to be a little bit more prettified, I think. Add a few flowery plants over here, and then maybe a little bit of garden furniture in the corners. Flowers, of course, have a little bit of a splash of colour while they're going as well, don't they? I think they'll add a little bit of money to the price of the property, though to be fair the plants are very cheap, so it's not a big deal to decorate up, to be honest. I'm just randomly placing in a few plants with a little bit of colour just so it's not completely bare. Oh, that didn't want to go down. Let's get this a bit closer. Try again. Lovely. Not overdone, but just not completely bare. So what shall we add? I'd like a bird bath type thing. And then some seating, maybe, here. The straight ones, maybe we put one there and then rotate around Just make a little bit of seating. Yeah, I like that idea. I think they've got plenty of space in the front garden, so you could always add a little bit more prettifying later on if we like to. And space for a bench, yeah? Yeah, space for a bench. Maybe we'll put one on the upstairs balcony as well. And then we'll decide where we're going to put the walls upstairs. Yeah, it's a perfect place for a bench, just there on that wall, right there. Use our favourite little red bench to do that. Maybe a little pot with a plant in. What have we got? That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. Right, let's close that. Let's think, where are we going to put the wall? So the bathroom could be in this back corner maybe, and then the bedroom on the front of the house leading into the balcony. So door there. So door and door. And then we want plaster there and there. So this will then be the bathroom, so we want a couple of solid walls just here, and that needs to be plaster. Bong bong, there we go. And some lighting. Let's put that back in the corners, and on the opposite wall do the same. Turn around, there we go. There's some lighting here in our hallway, and you go on the corner, and something above the stairs maybe there. Yep. And they'll need something further across maybe. How about we put it there? We put one downstairs there, didn't we? Yes. Oh, we missed a wall here, look. To cut off the top there. Right, plaster. How does that look? Something on the walls, I think, in this stairwell area. How about a little shield? Should we put one on the other wall as well? I think maybe that would look quite nice, yep. Oh, and now we've got that open area up here. We probably should put another wall up here to close that off. And plaster. There we go. Maybe we'll put some seating again in here, or maybe a little chest of shelves or something. All of that could work quite well, couldn't it? I think we'll use our little red bench though again here. No, we don't want to put it there, that would be too close to the doors. Let's put it here. And how about a picture above it? So you see that as you climb the stairs. Is there more space? No, there isn't more space for one there, is there now? Could put some shelving or a pot or something under the window there, but I think we'll think about that one. Let's put the sink under the window though. I think that's quite a nice place for it. And then a throne over there. And a nice basin. Nice washed up basin. Let's see. Should we put this on this wall? Yeah, I think so. There we go. Nice, simple, quick bathroom. Oh wait, I haven't lit the torches, have I? Now let's light the torches so that we have some light on the subject. There we go. And then there's some torches here as well. Let's light all of those up. Much better, right. And the bedroom is going to need torches too. Lantern. Lantern. I think this is quite a big building project actually. I think we might need to split it into 2 parts to finish it off. And a torch out here maybe on the end of the balcony here. And let's light those up. Is that nice and bright? Or should we pop a chandelier in as well? Use the same one that we used downstairs, and the middle of the room is sort of here, isn't it? Right on the edge. And you could close the ceiling in if you really wanted to. I kind of like leaving the open space so that it can't generate dirt and garbage and things in the ceiling space, but it can do if you leave it closed up. And of course the girl doing the cleaning, she will get the access for that if you want to do it that way. Let's have at least 1 painting in the room, I think. Maybe we put 2. Turn it, thank you. And now I think we put the bed here on this wall in between. So I have a nice chair to sit on here. And the bed on this main wall here. We use one of the sort of canopy type styles, this one. And pop that there. Turn it all the way around. There we go. Kinda like those beds, I think they're very, very sophisticated. Very medieval looking, I like them. What sort of closet shall we use? Let's see. Which one shall we use? Shall we use the one with the like shields on it? Kind of matches the bed because the bed's got the big shields carved into the headboard, hasn't it? Oh wow, that feels like it's coming a very long way away from the wall. Oh wait, hang on. 180. No, I do have enough money. So why is that not placing? Do you know what? I think we might need to get some extra money. Although we do have just enough to buy that. If we did manage to position it and buy it, then we wouldn't have enough money to be able to pay the rent guy to collect the rent for us. In fact, we might want to grab an extra one just to make sure we've got enough money to pay the rent collector, the tax collector. So that's what we'll do. We'll go see the tax collector. And then the royal cleaner. Ooh, it's getting expensive, these bills for these jobs now. And our horsey should be back. Hello, horsey. So we'll check our boxes. Hello, Mr. Miner. Thank you for doing your job. Doing well. Right, get the storekeeper to collect all the boxes and send the horse and cart off with those. Bye bye, horsey. That horse is working hard, you know. Better make sure we buy him the best of grain, yeah? Right, so let's go back to our house and double check that everything is looking good. So from the outside, I think that's starting to look, that looks really nice. And our town is starting to look a bit more sophisticated and we're getting a little bit more ambitious with our different projects and things, aren't we? That's quite nice actually, just having a little tiny balcony. It does add something. So I think in the next episode we'll probably do the decoration downstairs here. We'll make it an open plan kitchen, dining, living area. And we've got our bathroom done up here, look. I think we'll just finish off our bedroom and then we'll break the video there and come back and do downstairs in the next episode. So let's put in that wardrobe we wanted with the coats of arms engraved into it to match the headboard of our big bed. And then we want some sort of shelving, storage, drawers unit type thing. That's quite nice. Let's put that under the picture. I like that. And then a proper cupboard to put your belongings in. So everything's a bit mismatched, but that's fine. It's a little eclectic. Collected pieces over the years, as and when they had enough money to buy them. And some flowers, just make it a little bit pretty. Maybe we want a carpet. near the seating, and maybe something around the bed as well. And is there any other sort of decoration we should maybe add? Oh, how about a book? Books are quite an extravagant item, aren't they, for your average person in that time period? Or maybe a couple of fancy pots for decoration. Maybe we put a pot on the landing. And a rug, that we can make it like a runner rug along the centre here. And if you do that around the bed, if you put a runner at either side of the bed and then one along the bottom, that's quite a nice surround for the bed, and this particular carpet is really good for that. And we'll put one next to the chair as well. I really like doing that. It's one of my favourite little tricks, wrap the carpet around the bed. Let's make sure that the wardrobe's actually right next to the wall. It was a little bit too far away. So I think we're pretty much done upstairs. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!